Everyone, right, I'm back. I'm here to show you another flower that I've just made, and this is really gorgeous, and I have used the trim again on the bottom, which isn't the first time I've used this trim. I know I used it the other day, but I've done this lots and lots of times. You can see I've added chains on and all sorts, because you can do it's anything you want to titivate them up basically. But I hope you can see this one. I've added some beautiful feathers. These are the Marabou feathers, so look on Google or eBay and find Marabou, and try and get if you get the smaller ones, they're about 4 inches, they're great for any project, and you can just trim them down. I've done a stick pin here, as you can see, a gorgeous Shabby Chic stick pin, and this is I haven't put the back on yet, but this is two layers of lace, 2 different laces. This is a gorgeous creamy colour, which I've mixed with cream and white pearls, and then this is a gorgeous trim. That's the first trim that I've used, that one, beautiful trim, and then that's the second trim. Now if you have anything like this, 6, just use 6 sections and that gets you a perfect flower. And then, like I say, sorry you might hear the dogs, but they're in a cage. We've bought a cage for them for the kitchen now. But like you say, make the 2 flowers, glue them together, and then I've used one of these that came off a brooch, if you remember, off a bracelet, and with those, and you've got a gorgeous Shabby Chic flower. And I'm going to show you how to do that now, okay? Because they are very quick, very simple, and very easy to make. Does involve a little bit of sewing, but ladies, it's just a straight line. Anybody can do that, and if you can't, or you've never done it, give it a go. I use black thread because I cover mine, of course, and you can't see it. But this thread that I have is very strong, like a wax thread. I knot it on the end, use a single strand, and then what you're going to need is some lace. Now here's my lace again that I'm using, same lace that I used before, and just do a little knot in it, a couple of stitches, and it's a straight stitch, that's all it is, right along. Try and get them. They don't have to be perfect, ladies. A lot of people, oh, I can't stitch, I can't sew this, I can't do a straight line. It doesn't have to be a straight line. I mean, as straight as you can, but it doesn't matter if it goes a bit wonky. As long as you keep it so far from the edge, and I'd say about 1/2 centimetre, and then just keep going until you think you've got enough. If with this kind of material, I know I've got enough because I know how much it takes to do it. But with this kind of lace, you see how it's already making shape. So I need to do that again. And that's made a perfect flower for me. I like a lot of gathering my flowers. I think they look prettier and more natural. And let's pull that out. I'll call that. That's it. And I just like the fullness of a flower. So that's that, a little bit more. Let's just see what that one looks like. Pull it together and then pop that over the top and you can see how your flower's looking. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to cut it off there. And that's enough. And there's enough there to make a tag. So we just finish sewing to the end. Hope you're seeing all of this. And thanks everybody. I do like to thank my followers for comments and that you make. It is appreciative. I like the interaction with my followers. A little bit of a knot in there. If you get a little knot like that, put your needle in the middle of the loop, pull it one side, and if it doesn't pull anything out, then leave it and pull it the opposite side like that. But this actually pulling out the first way, the first side I'm doing it on. Then what you need to do, this is the front of the flower, so you turn that inside out, find the end, and pull it out a little bit, and give it a stitch. And that actually pulls in the 2 pieces together, the 2 sides, and that's what we're after. Gather them together like that, make sure they match, that's fine, and pull this. Now, because this is strong thread, it does work, and you can pull and pull and pull. It will not snap, and that's why I prefer to use a stronger thread. All you're doing, a couple of stitches in there. Don't go down the end, you don't need to, you can glue that, and it's perfect, it'll last for a long time. So when you've done that, clip that off. Like that. And while you've got it in your hand, you see you've got the two sides together, just run the glue gun down. You can burn yourself, just be careful. Like that. Only takes seconds to dry. And then what I do is finger and thumb in the centre, and then I just pull my flower out. And do that, and you might have to go around a couple of times until it lays flat like that. Isn't that perfect? Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful flower. So then we're doing exactly the same with this scalloped one. Now with a scalloped one, you do have to follow the contour of the flower. Get the right way around, that's it. And I'm starting on the end. And then because it's got a pattern all the way around the edge, I'm just going in between. So that's all I do. I follow the contour of the scallop, and that gives you a beautiful looking flower. And just keep going around like that. You can fast forward this bit if you want, but it's nice to see it develop. See, and that's made my first petal, and I'm halfway through the second. So you don't do it in a straight line if you sew in a scalloped one. Follow the contour of the scallop and you'll get a beautiful flower. If you're just using flat lace like I've just done before, you know, I mean that has got a scalloped edge, so I would say 2 of those make 1 petal. See, with a gather 2 make 1 petal, so you'd need 12. Or however you want it. It's completely up to you. It's your flower. But, you know, a lot of people make them and they don't leave enough gather in them. And then they look a little bit flat. But I like mine to look like a flower. And I've been making flowers for years and years and years since I was a little girl. My mother was a prolific. I've made a comment on one of my videos. My mother made a prolific. She was a prolific flower maker. She was a flower arranger. That was one of her jobs. She used to arrange flowers in for churches and whatever. And she did beautiful arrangements. They were stunning. And she used to do them on cakes as well, you know, with icing, and it was just fabulous to see. Right, so we've got to the end like that. Again, take the end, match it with the other one, and then you need to put a stitch in like that. Oops. Pull it as tight as you can, and then do a couple more stitches like that. Like that. Snip that off while you've got it in your hand and it's together. Give it a little bit of a glue. Like that. Finger and thumb. And then just pull it round. All it is so you're evening out. Look, isn't that gorgeous? You could use it on its own. But I'm going to glue this to the one I've just made. Like that. Move that, find the centre of my flower. Like that. And it just gives it a little bit of 3D look. Like that. That's fantastic. I love that. Now I've got one of these again for the centre. I'm making 2 of these flowers. And I just pop a little bit of glue to the edge and then a little bit in the middle. And before that dries, because when hot glue meets cold metal, it dries pretty quick. So you do have to work quickly. And push that in the middle. Push that down like that. Get myself a little disc. Turn the flower over. And pop that in the middle. It hides all the stitching. Like that. And then, like I say, we do the same thing as we did yesterday. I might use 5 on this one. And we just start and we glue these together. Fold them in. And you can fold them in again. Like that. And then work from that side. Fold that in. Oops, a bit on me. Like that. Turn your flower over. Now, that's my join. So I'm going to have that at the bottom, my join. Pop a little bit of glue on there. Fix that on where you want it. You can see how much is dangling down. You can move it down a bit if you need. There, that's lovely. Like that, because I like their crystal. They're nice, clear, should I say. And it does use up your trimmings, you know. You can use all sorts of bits and pieces. I've got these beautiful feathers. Again, I bought these on the market somewhere. And this particular set, I didn't get these off of eBay. So what I'm going to do, run some glue down the spine. Work out where I want my feather to be. And I'll put 2 or 3 on, generally 2, but if they're not quite thick enough, then I'll put an extra one on. No, that's fine where that is. Love that. Like that, to one side. And then we have to make the stick pin. So what I've done is I've got a 3-inch stick pin. If you're doing a big flower like this, you really do need 2.5, 3 inch. Get rid of all the loose rubbish. It's the glue. Start off with I've got a flower bead cap, pop that on, and that puts the pearl and it sits inside. Let me just see which I did on this one. Oh yeah, then I got one of these little spacers, little silver spacers. Put the large teardrop pearl on, when you can see it. Another spacer. Oh no, I didn't. I used another one of the flowered bead caps, like that. Then it was the larger pearl, the creamy one, and then I used a little silver bead cap, like that, and that makes a really nice one, stick pin. So just pop that inside there, hold that for a second or two, and look what my dogs have done. We've just took them out up to Temple Newsham, and oh god, they had a fabulous time. And they do like other dogs. That's what I like about it. We've got them to. They made a little friend of a little golden retriever who was a puppy, and Mummy was there, the puppy's mummy. And the dogs absolutely had a ball. They were running all over and playing and chasing the frisbee. Look at Joey, I have to say. I'm going to film him next time we go up, because Joey was running to catch the frisbee, and then he turned around and sat himself facing me in front of the frisbee, with the frisbee in front of him, and just laid there. And then I gave him a treat and called him a good boy. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Loved every minute of it. So I will film it for you girls, ladies and gents, and because it's great to see it. The other one, Lucky, well, it was too lazy, but it was fun. It was fun, a lot of fun. Right, all I'm going to do now is to stick the pin into the flower. I've put mine a little bit too far away from where I need it, or want it. Like that. Just press it down a little bit, that's it. And there you go, there's another one. And I just think they are gorgeous. Very quick, very easy. But you know, if you were to buy them in the shop, you'd think they'd spend hours on them, wouldn't you? So I hope you like those, and we'll get a video of the pups up soon on their channel. Thanks for speaking. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye for now.